Awful waffles. Awful waffles.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the Awful Waffles podcast with Mark
and Nicole.
We just recorded a podcast that didn't make it because the SD card was full from video files from the Earth's Mightiest Bastards, nbpod.com. Check us out at youtube.com/nbpod. Be sure to subscribe to our channel for weekly trailer reviews. And with Nicole, we're doing music video reviews now. And the kids seem to like it.
Do they?
Yeah. I can't believe we just recorded all that and it's totally gone.
I can't believe, how you have not stopped talking, but not, to me. You're like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, I can't believe this happened. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, well, we'll just have to do it again. I never say a word. You just keep talking.
That's what I do. I talk to myself.
And I'm like,
God damn it.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not going to say that I'm a podcast professional because I don't do this professionally, but I know I have enough knowledge about the setup and the mics and the editing and all the web stuff. I have enough to know that I should check the SD card. It's a completely amateur mistake.
Amateur.
It's like saying amateur, but it sounds fancy when you say amateur.
Who told you that?
My friends on Facebook.
Amateur.
That's a lie. I had no friends on Facebook.
Has anyone ever said that word? Have you ever had people?
It's my own. Listen, it's my own thing. Okay.
Amateur.
We have things to talk about. We have stories.
Okay.
Oh God. All right. Why don't you take a nice sip of water from your cat cup?
It's gone. My water.
Oh no,
I got a sip. Don't you worry.
All right. Oh, wow. You just sucked air out of a cup. That's what you did. You just sucked air out of a cup.
No, there's real water in here.
Oh, okay. Oh, my God. We just lost subscribers. I just saw our iTunes subscriber numbers drop.
Oh, my God. That is my pet peeve, though, how people eat and drink. It infuriates me. And I have that, whatever it's called, that miso something, whatever it is.
Well, you're just heartless and you can't listen to people enjoy anything in their mouth? Is that what it is?
No. It's the chomping, the hardness. I can't.
I know. When I eat, you look at me with this complete disgust and disdain. You want to stab me.
Sometimes.
Speaking of stabbings, I have to apologize for my overuse of the Bela Lugosi voice in our last on the Halloween podcast. I'm sorry, guys. I got a little. Nicole was like, "Yeah, I think hey, it's a good voice." And I ran with it. So I'm going to deflect it and blame you.
I'm going to say I don't think that happened. I'm just going to say that.
Okay.
I'm going to say that if I had to vote on myself,
I'm just going to say that it was you.
And I said, should I think Mark should use that voice or not?
It's on audio. You're like, oh, you're really good at that. I
might have said you're really good at that, but I didn't mean continue.
Oh, I see. All right, cool. Look, I was drunk. I made a bad decision on the podcast. I overused Bela Lugosi. But we did have a bit of a breakthrough with your story about your grandparents and a possible, maybe not possible murder in their house. Explain quickly for everybody.
So there's somebody died in my grandparents' house, maybe not, but the lady was murdered, and they found her in the trunk of her car at Loblaws.
And then your grandparents bought the house from the murdered woman, who clearly, obviously she was
murdered,
so
she was no longer alive.
So she was no longer alive, and her stuff was in the house.
Yes,
and they cleared it out. So your parents got a good deal on a house because the lady was probably stabbed to death and stuffed in a trunk.
Well, they don't. I mean,
it's a good deal.
But there's a big difference between Lava's was and where their house was. Her house was far away.
But I mean, if she was in the trunk, then someone clearly stuffed her in the trunk.
Yes, but
she didn't climb in the trunk and then get stabbed in the trunk.
No, but back then there wasn't all those houses. That was country,
right?
So it wasn't as residential.
We could probably do some digging.
I don't want to.
But they probably, I'm going to assume possibly if she was killed at home, maybe what they did is they stuffed her in the trunk and then drove off. But why would you leave a car in the middle of the parking lot? Well, unless you wanted to get caught and make a statement.
No, unless you abducted her, put her in the trunk after.
Put her someplace that's your angle? The abduction? Oh, like a drifter comes to town.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, drifters.
A drifter, and then puts her in there and then just leaves.
Yeah, could be.
Because if it was at the house, at their house,
there'd be blood or whatever.
And it was country, so there's way better places that she's not going to be found.
I like that you're thinking like a serial killer. There you go. Killing at the
all
house
my
in the country.
shows, all those I can't watch those shows anymore.
Oh, you stopped watching all your good murder mystery shows.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Huh.
I watched this Elias Gray.
What's it on?
Netflix, and
cool.
it's really good. It's about it's set in Canada, and I guess it was a book, and it was about this girl who was a murderess, not a murderer, a murderess.
Well, I think women are still called murderers, though.
No, well, this lady is called a murderess. That's what she called herself.
Oh, she called herself. She gave herself the title of murderess.
Well,
so does
I
she
think
kill for fun, or does she kill for justice? Like what's his name?
I would tell you
Dexter.
if you let me finish talking.
Sorry, I was excited. Spoiler alerts. I kind of got a thing for serial killers. Continue.
So she's not a serial killer. It's just one woman that she killed, I think. But I'm not really sure if she killed her or she didn't kill her, because there's a little bit of confusion of who actually did it. But she was convicted, and the other guy was hanged, and now this psychiatrist is there to like analyze her to see like what happened.
Okay. All right. It'd be cooler if she killed more people, like Dexter.
She didn't kill any more people. At least that I know.
Okay. All right. Well,
it's not like Dexter. It's set into like they call it the 13 colonies. So
the 13 colonies
next door. Yeah, we got to cross the 13 colonies. So it's set.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I was like, what?
What are you talking about?
Yeah, what are you,
Nick?
even the 13 colonies? What?
So I don't know an exact year.
Speaking of serial killers, there is a movie coming out that I really want to go see that I want you to go see with me.
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
My Friend Dahmer.
Oh, man. I don't know.
We did a trailer review for it. It looks kind of interesting. It's the early years of Jeffrey Dahmer, like when he's like in high school and everything. And actually, the dude in it is from
The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, right?
Yeah, he's that kid. The movie itself though looks cool. It's based on a graphic novel. I read the graphic novel. It's a cool book. It looks kind of good. Actually, it looks pretty like intriguing. So
Well, we'll see.
Have a date night.
Maybe.
Yeah, date night. Me and Nicole can go have a nice fancy dinner and then go see My Friend Dahmer.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe.
They're not getting into the cannibal necrophilia years of Dahmer. They're getting into just the beginning, the high school. It's like Jeffrey Dahmer if he was in Saved by the Bell. I'm saying.
Your analogies are terrible.
I'm saying it's not all the weird body parts and acid and stuff. It's just like him becoming like
the weird.
Anne Heche is in it too. Is his mom?
Anne Heche.
Yeah, Anne Heche.
Oh,
yeah. And she's like, woo, man, she's off the rails.
She plays a good, like, crazy lady.
I think because she's really crazy in real life. I think that's why she plays a good crazy lady.
What,
I mean, I don't know Anne personally.
What was the other movie she was in? The Alfred Hitchcock remake.
I just know her. The Birds?
Not The Birds.
Psycho. Oh, she was in Psycho? Oh, she was in the Psycho remake.
Yeah.
I don't like when they remake stuff like that, though.
She was in the Psycho.
Man, do you remember when they remade, was it the Amityville Horror with Ryan Reynolds?
Yeah, that's the only one I've ever seen. I haven't seen the other one.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Some of those things. No, this is terrible too because I watched it and I was so disappointed when they redid The Shining on TV.
Oh no, I didn't watch it.
What a bummer, dude. The original. Have you ever watched the original Stanley Kubrick Shining? It's so good. Oh man,
it's scary.
If you go deep into that movie, boy,
that's scary.
Yeah. There's whole documentaries about that movie. I think it's called like Room.
Red Room?
No, it's called Room 209, Room 236. Some documentary that I watched on Hulu. I think it's still there. And it goes into like all the weird like visual stuff that he was doing with the movie. And at one point they're like, well, he was trying to exorcise his demons because he recently filmed the moon landing footage, so he had to get that off of his consciousness, and that's why he did this thing in the movie. It was really kind of they're saying that Stanley Kubrick filmed the moon landing. That we know that the moon landing didn't happen, and that he was so like mentally and morally perplexed by fooling the American people that he had to like exorcise his demons through the film.
Oh my god!
That's a real theory that's out there. Is that the moon landing was fake?
Bullshit.
Have you ever heard why we allegedly faked the moon landing?
So that Russia thought we did it before
exactly.
them.
Which, I mean, if you think about it in that sense, it does make sense that you would do that, but something that deep and conspiratorial is really kind of hard to, I think, pull off.
And I think that a movie, anything to do with it, I don't know. I don't believe it.
In the last podcast we recorded, I turned the heat off, but apparently the heat turned back on, so we just cannot win.
Cold.
It is cold, yeah. It's cold.
That was a beautiful note for you.
That was good. That was very good. So maybe the heat will turn back off at some point.
Maybe
it won't.
Maybe it won't be that bad.
No, if I can hear it on my headphones, we can people listening can definitely hear it.
What about Sparks? Can they hear her?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, they can hear her drilling around. Why don't you give us a Sparkles update, Nicole?
So our girl, poor Sparks, we let her out. Not poor Sparks,
I
but
was going to say, come on, poor Sparks. The cat lives like a freaking queen.
so I told my sister I wanted to get a book, and it said, "How to Stop Killing Squirrels" for Lulu Taco Sparkles.
The book you want to get? How can I get my cat to stop killing squirrels?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Intended for Sparkles Lulu Taco.
All right.
Because she is a maniac. She has gotten, she brought us 4 squirrels, one a week. It's an average of 1 a week she's been bringing us. And our neighbors feed the squirrels across the street.
They do.
They like the squirrels. That's...
They do, but nature, balance,
I know.
Darwinism, evolution, predator versus prey.
I know, but
It's
can it be a
unfortunate.
mouse?
No, I mean, my cat used to bring home bunnies. My dogs used to bring rabbits home.
Where were the rabbits where
in
you
the
lived?
backyard. Thomas, my dog Thomas, R.I.P. Thomas, you're a good dude. There was a rabbit that he stalked for a couple of days, a full-size rabbit, and then he grabbed it, snapped its neck, and brought it in the house and just put it on the floor. Look what I got. I'm like, dude, you killed the rabbit. Yeah.
I hope she doesn't bring bunnies.
He also was big into squirrels too. He would grab squirrels. He ate a squirrel.
I don't doubt that Thomas ate a squirrel.
He caught it, he shook it to death, and then devoured it.
I don't doubt that for a second that he did.
It was pretty bad.
Well, she keeps bringing the squirrels, and I finally saw the neighbor today, and I was like, "Hi, I'm really sorry about the squirrels. Our cat keeps getting your squirrels." And she said, "Of course, it's not your fault. There's nothing anybody can do. She's a cat, but
Right.
I still feel really bad because they enjoy them, and I don't want to take a little bit of their joy away. I mean, they go through great detail to feed those squirrels.
They have a pretty elaborate setup in the front.
Yeah, so I just feel bad that she kills them. But she did say that she got a pigeon too, and I'm like, oh my god. So then it got me thinking, if she's only bringing us 1 a week, how many is she getting?
Is she leaving just dismembered carcasses all over the neighborhood?
I know, that's what I'm wondering.
She could be.
But then they said, she's really friendly, though. She'd come in our house if we'd let her. And I said, that's really funny because she went into somebody else's house the other day.
Yeah, actually, our friend Tim, right behind her, they went to Sparkles went into his house.
Yeah. So, and she weighs 8 pounds. This cat weighs 8 pounds.
Yeah.
I think she weighs a little less than that, the doctor said.
Yeah.
She weighs 8 pounds.
That's nature, man. That's just the dynamic of what goes on. I mean,
well, 1, I feel really bad. 2, she eats, so she doesn't need to kill him. So it's,
I know.
And 3, it's really gross.
It's again, honey.
I don't want to
it's
clean up,
nature.
but I had to clean up part of a dead squirrel. I want to say in my life, how many times I've done that before? None. Never. Ever.
Really?
Never.
Never?
No.
All right.
No.
Okay.
This is my first cat, though. Since I was I don't know. I want to say 14.
Okay. Well,
13.
Cats, they bring home animals. Dogs.
We had our cats' names were Miss Kitty and Mr. Man.
Miss Kitty and Mr. Man. You gave them titles. I like that.
Miss Kitty and Mr. Man. And we had Skinny Face.
Skinny Face?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Skinny Face, who we thought was a girl for 5 years. Mm-hmm. And then found out Skinny Face was a boy.
Oh, boy. Skinny Face has a pecker. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
I have had this name kicking around in my head forever for a dog. And the name that I want to name a dog at some point in my life. Detective Robert Finnegan.
Oh, yes.
Detective Bobby Finnegan.
What?
The dog's full name, Detective Robert Finnegan.
What?
So when you're at the vet and they're like, "Hi, Mark, and Detective Robert Finnegan," and there's just a little dog sitting. In my mind, it's like a bull terrier or like a French bulldog, just a little tiny squat dog with a pushed-in face, or like a long egg face. And it's Detective Robert Finnegan.
That's what you're going to name our next dog?
I mean, they had it like Satyricon.
I don't think either one of those
I
names
think Satyricon would be cool.
are going to go.
Yeah, why not? Satyricon would be awesome. Or like Watain. Just start naming the dog after black metal bands.
Oh, I didn't even know what those words
That's what Satyricon,
were.
yeah, Satyricon's a black metal. Same with
Yeah,
Watain.
I'm going to say no. I'm not going to, like, this is my dog, Watain.
Satyricon will be better. Satyricon, get over here. Satyricon, get back in your yard. Oh, don't mind him. He's just Satyricon.
I would
He's
name a
fine.
dog Bobby.
Bobby?
Yeah,
Bobby would be fine.
Bobby would be fine.
Bobby
But
would be neat.
we have a friend. You call him Bobby now.
Rob?
Yeah.
Yeah, actually today, myself and Chris and Rob from B&B Pod, we took Charlie to go see Thor. And as I'm talking to Rob, I'm like, yeah, so all right, man, where you want to sit, Bobby? And I'm like, I go, it's weird. Are we calling you Bobby now? And he's like, I don't know, it's kind of weird. I think it's a thing. I'm like, yeah, it's strange. Do we just change your name from Rob to Bob? Like, are we just calling you? And it's not like we're doing. We started doing it because he was like, yeah, my name's Rob. I don't like to be calling him Bob. Like, oh, what's going on, Bobby? But now it's like it's almost sticking, but it's not done like in a malicious way at all. It's just like, oh yeah, it's Uncle Bobby. It's Uncle Bob. Like, what's up, Bobby?
So now you call him Bobby?
I mean, he probably should just call him Rob because of what he likes to go by.
Yeah, well, that
mean-
would be nice. What if someone called you Richard? Because that's your middle name. Dick.
Yeah, but his middle name's Thomas. We've been calling him Tommy.
People do it. People go by their middle names all the time.
They do.
They do.
I don't. I just go by Mark.
Elizabeth
and Richard. Elizabeth and Richard stores. Always like an old stuffy couple. Elizabeth and Richard stores are coming over for
But
dinner.
Nicole and Mark are totally 80s names.
That's-
So Charlie sat in my car, and the other day, speaking of Star Wars names, and he talks like a lot. Like, he talks like a super lot. And I talk a lot too, so I get it.
Right.
So he's sitting in my car, and he says, Mom, if you could be any Star Wars guy, who would you be? And I said, well, I'd probably be Queen Amidala, right?
Amidala.
I'm sorry.
You go Queen Amidala.
Okay.
It's Queen Amidala.
Oh my
Amidala.
God. Let's just say this. I know so much about
I like
this.
Boba Fett. I think Boba Fett's cool.
Okay.
Queen
what was the
Amidala.
word? Amateur? Amateur?
Oh my God, I was joking. Amateur.
Amateur. Okay.
For the record, her full name is Padme Amidala.
But what is her queen?
Padme would be a super cute name for a girl.
Let's just
Padme.
say this. How many times do you think I watched the movie?
I don't know. But I've
No. Let's think about this for a second. How many times do you think I've watched the movie? Let me just drop this now.
At least once, but I've
At least once.
I've
So-
corrected you numerous times with Padme Amidala or Queen Amidala. You can go with Padme.
You know what I'm going to correct you with?
What's that?
Fuck off.
Wow, that's aggressive. Aggressive. Aggressive.
So I'm not even telling you the cute story you said now that you got all over me. Because I apparently am not a professional Star Wars addict.
You are not a professional Star Wars.
No. So
fan.
that I know a lot. But he told me he was going to be Luke because he was super sweet and he had a Jedi and he like had all these like long like reasons of why he should be Luke.
Okay.
And then he's like, but don't you want to be somebody better? And I'm like, well, I'm that guy's mom. Because I would be Luke's mom.
You'd be Padme Amidala.
Not to be confused
With
Chris Chisholm.
fucking with Padme Amidala.
Yeah.
Oh, it's that one that Paddy Amidala.
Yeah. I'm going to wait for you.
So
and
does
you're going to
that
say
make-
something like,
Does that make me Anakin Skywalker?
yeah, which would
Okay,
be Darth
cool.
Vader. That's what my whole point
yeah,
was
but
until you became a dick. And then I couldn't really tell the story because it wasn't as funny.
So I get to like force choke you,
And kill
right?
me?
And then you die from sadness during childbirth. Okay, cool, that works out. You didn't know that's how she dies. You didn't know that?
just sounded like a complete asshole. Just to let you know. So not only did you kind of give me shit about a movie that I've only ever watched once, and then you turned around and were a dick. Even bigger dick.
Well,
so
the comment was
slow clap to you.
the Dick Award of the night goes to The funny part about that, though, is that one of the weird things about the Star Wars movies, especially the prequels, is that literally Padme dies during childbirth due to sadness. That's how she dies.
Wow.
She's giving birth to the kids. There's twins.
Whoever wrote that.
They don't know George Lucas, the figure, the jowly one with his giant jowls. So it's such a weird point in the movie because Anakin attacks her. He force chokes her or whatever. And like Obi-Wan, saves her and gets her out of there. And she didn't get hurt from the force choke. She was fine. She's just like at one point Obi-Wan asks the medical droid, like, what's wrong with her? Like, we don't know. She's just cause she's lost the will to live. So she dies of fucking sadness on the table when her kids are born. It's the weirdest thing. I mean, the Star Wars prequels are full of really fucking midichlorians. Get me fucking started about midichlorians. But it's full of a bunch of super weird
I would never know
shit.
if you even said that word wrong.
Midichlorians?
Yeah, because you would never know.
So she died from a broken heart. She couldn't muster the will to live for her kids, but they have a broken heart.
Wow.
And little known fact, Anakin slaughters children in that movie too.
Oh my God, that's
He
terrible.
kills all the younglings. Yeah, kills them all.
Wow.
Yeah, kind of dark.
I guess it takes away from my cute story.
Yeah, there's your
totally changed it,
Yeah.
dick. Anyways,
why do you keep calling me a dick? Jesus, I'm gonna give you a penalty on the use of the word dick. Here's a yellow penis-shaped flag penalty. Just threw it at you.
anyway.
So tell everyone at home why we haven't been able to record. Because these last couple of weeks have been kind of crazy, but you tell the story.
The last couple weeks have been kind of crazy. Halloween.
You're not pregnant.
No, I'm not
Congratulations.
pregnant.
Good job.
What does that have to do with anything?
Putting it out there, you're not pregnant.
Why? I mean, even if I were, we could record, but I'm not. I'm not.
No,
That's not happening.
I'd be pulling my hair out in the corner.
But I could still talk even if I was pregnant.
Anyway, continue. Sorry.
I don't even know where to go with you anymore. I don't know. Do you want to finish telling this?
No, I'm sorry. I haven't talked into a mic in a couple of weeks. I get a little antsy. Sorry.
So
what I'm saying.
Oh my God!
I'm sorry. Continue.
So Halloween, and I'm in nursing school, and it's been pretty crazy, and the stomach bug has hit us rampant.
The last episode, we were sick with cold.
Oh, did we have a cold then?
Yeah, we did. And 2 weeks later, the entire house gets ravaged by a stomach bug. Well, except for Evelyn. She seemed like she was okay.
Yeah.
Started off with Charlie, and then it moved everybody else.
It was rough.
You got it pretty bad.
I had it horrible. It was
You
like
had it
one of
real
the
bad.
top 2 sicknesses I've ever had.
Yeah. I actually got lucky where I just had
You were just had some discomfort.
No, I had severe stomach pains and body aches, but it was. I did not get it nearly as bad as you did. I will give you that. You got it. Your pronunciation of Padme Amidala aside, you got your ass kicked with the bug.
Oh my God, I totally got my ass kicked with the bug. It was rough. It was one of the
You
worst.
had sick face. You had sick hair.
My head.
You were sleeping like you were sick. At one point, I went to go check on you, and you were so uncomfortable. You were sleeping on the other end of the bed.
I actually put.
You were just I got so hot. It's so hot.
I was so uncomfortable that my kidneys hurt because I was dehydrated because of throwing up.
Well, you gotta drink water, baby. That's what
I
got me
couldn't.
water. That's why Jesus gave us water.
But I couldn't. I couldn't hold anything down. I kept on throwing up.
Okay.
I actually put ice packs on my kidneys because my kidneys were killing me. It was rough. So so that happened. It was fun. It was good times to have by
all while you were you're in the process of studying.
Yeah, I have a ton of shit
tests,
to do.
So.
I have 20 days left of the semester.
Yeah.
And tests up the wazoo.
But hey, hopefully we can get back on a somewhat regular schedule with the holidays and everything coming up. We're going to both have free time. But hey, my offer still stands. If any listeners want to listen to a solo Mark podcast.
He can pronounce all the Star Wars names correctly for you.
Just send us your ideas for shows for me to do in case Nicole is not available, and they could turn this into something kind of funny. Because if I'm saying I'll talk about whatever you want me to talk about, and you send me a topic, I by podcast honor have to talk about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he's really hoping you guys do it.
oh God, luckily no one's emailed us. We're like, yeah, I want to hear Mark alone. Thank God nobody wants to hear that because I don't know what the hell I would do.
You wouldn't.
I did record a couple actually, test ones, and it's weird.
Is it weird?
I was literally talking to a wall. I was right there talking to the wall and just reading and talking about stories and stuff.
Did you like it?
No, it's super uncomfortable. The whole fun part about podcasts is like it's a conversation back and forth. When it's just me talking, it's not really much. Yeah.
So you need me to actually say stuff back?
Yeah, I do. I need to have interaction with someone saying something back. Any more Star Wars names you want to mispronounce?
No. I mean, I know that they roll off the tongue so easily that I would never know how I could mispronounce that.
Who do you like better, Dengar or Greedo?
Greedo. Really?
Mm-hmm. You know who Greedo is?
Yeah, the little guy.
The little guy? What little guy?
He's the little... Dude, he's the little green guy.
You do know Greedo.
I read... I haven't watched the movies, but I read the books. Man, we have a 6-year-old who's obsessed with them. How many books do you think I read? I know all about, like, the bounty hunters and the droids and which ones are which. And...
All right. How do you feel about the Greedo controversy with the whole Han shot first? Have you ever heard about this?
It's something about one movie says one thing, one movie says another.
In the original cut of Star Wars, Han and Greedo are at a table. And Greedo's like, oh, Solo. And he's got his gun trained on him. And Han makes a gesture like this, and he's like, talking about Jabba the Hutt or whatever. And under the table, Han has his gun, and he shoots Greedo in the face. But Han shot first. In the remakes, they made Greedo shoot first.
Why?
Because they didn't want to make Han look like
the bad guy?
Like a pirate or a scoundrel, which is exactly what he is. So it's fun. I'll have to show you the actual clip because in the movie, like Greedo shoots in Han's head, they digitally make it move to the side, but it looks like someone cut his head off, pushed it to the left, and then brought it back over to the center. It's terrible CGI. Single-handedly, probably one of the biggest faux pas in those original remakes that Lucas went back and he added other things to the movies.
Why did he do that?
Because he could. The argument is that it's his movies. If he wants to go back and add things in or take things out, it's his right. It's his art. But when you create a masterpiece like A New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Jedi, you really shouldn't go back and mess with them. You just shouldn't do it. Like, it's just not cool. And he did, and one of the big faux pas that he did was he made Greedo shoot first. But we all know that Han shot first because Han's a badass. When you're a kid and you're watching that, your first impression of Han Solo was, oh my God, he just shot a dude in the face.
Yikes.
Like, that's kind of how you get, the character set up. He's a pirate, baby. He's a scoundrel.
I really have only watched the movie, like...
You know what? Coming up, because it's going to be holidays. We got Thanksgiving. We got Christmas coming. We're going to have a Star Wars marathon.
I don't mind. All right, I will have a marathon with you. Right. Here's my rules. Okay.
No prequels.
Okay.
Episodes 1, 2, and 3 not happening. A New Hope up to Force Awakens. Okay. Up to Rogue One.
Okay, because I haven't seen Rogue One.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So here is my stipulations.
Okay.
You cannot make it that I have to be silent the whole entire time. You get so mad.
Because we watched, dude, me and you watched Stranger Things Season 2, which was awesome.
Yeah.
I keep telling you to get off your phone. I'm like, get off your phone. We're watching the show. You're like, what? I'm like, I can see you flipping through Facebook.
So
Dude, you're watching a movie. You're watching a show.
Do both.
You can't, because then you go, what happened?
No,
what did he say?
No.
What did Winona Ryder do?
No, I never. I never did that. I did not.
You
I may have had to ask you some Dungeons and Dragons references because, like Star Wars, that is something else I've never done.
How do you pronounce the creature from
the Shadow
Stranger
Creature?
Things? No, that was the Mind Flayer.
I don't know.
Demogorgon.
All
right, I thought you were going to call us something funny.
What, the Demogorgon?
Yeah, the Demogorgon.
No.
The Demogorgon.
No, but you like it silent and dark.
Well, yeah, because if you watch TV in the dark, you get to see the screen better. You think that I like to watch TV in the dark because I'm being creepy? That's what I don't understand. I don't get that. Like, do you think that people go to a movie theater and watch a movie in the dark because they like to be creepy?
No, that's in a movie theater.
No, but I like to sit upstairs in the dark and watch TV because then everything's blocked out and you're focusing strictly on the TV.
I don't want to.
I'm not doing it to be like Pete Steele and Typo Negative.
I don't
I'm not
know
being
what that
gothic.
reference even meant.
Okay, exactly, but I'm not being gothic.
Yeah.
I'm not putting on white face paint going, I see a ship in the harbor. It's not being weird or creepy or satanic. It's just sitting in the dark and watching TV.
What does any of that mean?
Because you give
I
me
see a
shit.
ship in the harbor.
Remember that song, I see a ship in the harbor?
No.
It was some weird gothic song from the 90s. It was a remake anyway. It's not weird to watch TV in the dark. It's not weird at all.
I don't know. I don't like it.
I mean, I would love to have a fucking marching band come through the fucking living room and keep the lights on with banners and all kinds of stuff. But I want to concentrate on what I'm watching.
I see. I don't want to that much.
I know you don't, and it's unbelievable. Like, imagine the show.
I don't need to spend
imagine if we watched Game of Thrones and you actually paid attention for 90% of it.
But I do.
You would love it. No, you didn't. You're on your phone flipping through Facebook.
Yeah, but I'm not doing. I can multitask.
Okay.
I'm not paying attention to either one that closely. Like paying not attention to it.
But you're missing things from the show that you're watching.
I'm not, though.
You are. You're completely missing things.
What
from
have
the
I
show.
missed from Game of Thrones? I know you act like I can't follow shows.
Okay, because you ask me questions. That's why.
Because I talk, Mark. It's conversation.
Anyway, I like to watch movies in the dark, and it's not weird. That's going to be my thesis for my PhD.
Okay. Creeper.
You really think it's creepy that I like to watch movies in the dark? I like to turn the lights off and just watch the movie. It's fun. That's why I've always watched movies that way.
I like the lights on. But I like the lights on. I'm like,
yeah, but you're afraid of the dark, and you're
but
weird.
I'm a person who likes the windows open and the lights on, and I like the windows, the curtains open.
Because you want to put on a show.
No, I like the light.
You're putting a show on. Like, it's me, da, 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 it's Nick, da, 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 it's Nick.
You think that, don't you?
No, I don't really think that. I honestly think that you're afraid of the dark.
No, I'm not really afraid of the dark.
I think you're afraid of the dark.
I'm not.
I think we'd be scared.
I'm not afraid of the dark, you weirdo.
Goblins are coming to get you.
All right.
Vampires.
Anyways.
All right, there you have it.
All right.
Thank you for joining us for the Awful Waffles podcast. Nicole, where can they find us?
Yeah.
You almost said EMBpod.com, you
did.
son of a bitch.
EMBpod.com.
If you're going to plug Earth's Mightiest Bastards, just plug the YouTube channel, youtube.com/EMBpod. There's a reason for that. We'll be getting to that soon.
Oh, all right. Stitcher Radio.
Oh, find us on Stitcher, find us on iTunes, leave us some reviews, check out our Facebook page, Instagram, Twitter, all kinds of places, awfulwafflespodcast.com, all kinds of things. You can find us on the socials. Nicole, bring us out. What do you got to say?
Bye-bye.
Awful Waffles.